Come on in, everybody, and welcome to Me Versus Her. It's your girl, Kiara. Me versus her. Hey, me versus her. Hey, me versus her. Welcome, everybody, and welcome to Me Versus Her. It's your girl, Kiara. Don't forget to like this video, comment in the comment section below if you love the content, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So today I want to talk about learning from your mistakes. So I know that everybody goes through something. We have our ups and we have our downs. We have our highs and we have our lows. But just making sure that you learn from them. And so learning from your mistakes can be hard and sometimes it can be easy. Just depends on, where you are in that particular time in your life, whether you're young or whether you're old. And so learning from mistakes goes full circle, because you realize, like in life, everything is a cycle. So if you fail a test now, 9 out of 10 of the time you will have the same test. Like the test will come, but it just come in a different form, and you will have to pass it in order for it to not come back at you, right? And so learning from mistakes basically is in every area of our life. So I want to talk about relationships. And many people talk about relationships, but I'm talking about relationships based off experience, not on scientific fact, not on, thesis or research. I am doing this based off experience. So when I talk about relationships can be hard, but it also can be easy. It depends on the person. It depends on the person's personality, what the person, how the person's attitude is, of course, and what their goals when it comes to relationships. And when I say learning from mistakes when it comes to relationships, is when enough is enough, right? When you have to learn that this road is not heading anywhere. This direction of my life that I'm in with this person is not going anywhere. Then it's time to reassess, right? It's time for you to reevaluate who you have in your corner, who do you have in your circle. And at some point, you learn that A may not be for me, B may not be for me, but C is probably the person that I should value, because that person is there for me anytime. It's one of the persons who take their time out with me and give me wisdom and insight. And so you really have to be careful, because it's like in each area of our lives, there's different seasons that we experience throughout our time frame. And you really have to make sure that you have the right people around you. And it's very hard to see if you have the right people if you're not being observant, if you're not being aware or consciously conscious of what you're doing and who's around you and what they're doing to you, behind your back, and while they're with you. Okay? So that's some of the things that you really have to look into. And so I'm a part of a book club, and we were reading about relationship goals, and they talked about different scenarios about relationships, and then they also talked about how your relationships can be affected by the wrong people, and how the wrong people can cause you to make the wrong choices, the wrong decisions, hang around the wrong folks and stuff like that. And so how very important it is to have the right people surrounding you, right? And knowing what you want. And so I want to talk about learning from your mistakes, because mistakes are easily to be fixed, right? It's easy to be fixed, but it's also easily to be repeated. So you have to make up in your mind that you don't want to continue to live your life in a circle. You don't want to continue to live your life in a cycle, because you find yourself choosing the same mate, choosing the same friends that betrayed you before, choosing the wrong folks. And then you're kind of wondering, like, why you're not evolving, why you're not growing. Well, you're still attracted to the same things. You haven't learned from what you've experienced. You haven't learned from the hurt, the pain that you've experienced. And because it's so natural to you, and because it's so common in your comfort zone, you choose the wrong folks all the time. And I remember when I was dating, I would I would date different guys, but it was always like the same characteristics. Like the guy was more macho, he was more, athletic, and then there were more like musicians, more artists. And then I was like, why am I attracting the same people? And it's because that was something that I liked in my heart. And then if you want somebody different, you have to open up your mind to someone differently. You have to change your subconscious and your conscious to realize, like, I want something new. I want someone who's maybe a doctor or maybe a fireman or even a police officer. It's when you start taking yourself out of a box and allow yourself to realize that you can get someone better, someone different. It doesn't always have to be the same ingredients to the recipe, right? You can play with the flavors. You can play with the different people that you meet, and just because you want better. And so learning from mistakes, at some point you should be ready to like stop and think about, am I repeating the same cycle? Am I doing the same thing that I constantly keep doing? Like, why am I, still at the same thing? Like, why I'm in ground zero? Why am I still single? Why haven't I found the job that I've always wanted? Like, what is causing me to be stagnant, right? And so you really have to reevaluate what you're doing in your life, who's in your life, what are you feeding your spirit, what are you feeding your heart, and then determine from that, what's the next step, what are you willing to do next, and how you want to effectively do it. And so, life is like a book. We all have different chapters in our story, and each chapters play out until you get to the end of the book. And the end of the book is you leaving this earth. That's how I put it in. Like, it's like a movie. The end of the movie is when you depart. And so that's why it's so important for you to be very strategic with everything that you do in this life. No matter what it is, you need to have a plan. It needs to be written out. Your thoughts, even the decisions that you make. Like, is this going to affect me in a certain way, or is it going to cause harm? Because in order for you to learn from something, you have to realize what that something did to you and how it made you feel and how you will not want this feeling to ever happen again until a light bulb goes off on you and say, hey, I don't want to experience this anymore. Then it will never happen again because you say you don't want to experience it anymore, and you will try your darndest for it not to happen. And so you really have to be self-aware of your moments. You really have to be intentional in everything that you do. Because I'm always telling people, like, you're only here in my life for a season, and after this season, you're probably not going to be here, because I am supposed to get something from you, and you're supposed to give something to me. And once we have accomplished what we were supposed to do for one another, then 9 out of 10 times the relationship ends. But it's okay, because I know I'm being fulfilled in certain places, and for certain spaces and places that you're supposed to fulfill. But then I know that there's something else that I need to do, and it's evolve and it's to grow. And if you're not learning from mistakes, you're constantly making them. And how can you be better if you can't learn from them, right? And so this video was just about, learning from the things that you see that harms you. If the person is hurting you and you know that person is hurting you, be okay with letting that person go. If the person is not instilling hope, inspiring you to be better, making you see yourself in a different light, adding some type of hope to you or joy to you. But if that person is always dark and causing you to cry, causing you to contemplate, causing you tension and causing you headaches, then that person is really not that person, not supposed to be in your life. And so it's okay to let them go. And so in this book club that I'm in, we talked about letting things go, right? You have to learn how to let people go. Because like they say, if it is meant to be, it will be. And half the times we're so busy with wanting people to be, and they're not meant to be. So hopefully you enjoyed this video about letting things go, learning from your mistakes, because that is when you're going to grow. When you realize that this was just a mistake and I have another chance to get it right, another opportunity to make a better decision, then you look forward to the test. You look forward to making the better decisions. You look forward to doing something different and looking at your past and telling yourself that you will never be that again. And so I hope this video gave you hope. I hope this video encouraged you that it's okay to learn from mistakes. It's okay to make a mistake, but learn from it. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay where you are. There's so much in the world that you can have, so much more that's in store for you, and you just have to realize that you're better. You have to want better. You have to see better. You have to speak it to yourself as well. And so I hope that this video encouraged you. And if you love this content, please comment. I love the comments. I love you guys, subscribing to my channel and also liking the video. So thanks for watching.